Before you move your finger, before you think of leaving, before you tell yourself, I'll watch this later, listen to this very carefully. If your chest feels heavy right now, not pain, not illness, just a weight you cannot explain. If your heart feels tired even when your body is resting, if you feel like something in your life is changing, but you cannot see what it is yet, then this message is not random. You did not find this video by accident, because there is a kind of heaviness that does not come to break you. It comes to prepare you. Most people feel this weight and immediately distract themselves. They scroll, they talk, they run from silence. But those who stay with this feeling, those who listen instead of escaping, they discover something most people never realize. And if you leave this video early, you will miss what that heaviness is truly trying to tell you. You may think this is just another test from Allah, just another phase, just another struggle. But what if it's not? What if this pressure in your chest is the sign that Allah is quietly shifting your destiny? What if this heaviness is the moment before something opens, the silence before clarity, the pause before peace? There is a reason your heart feels the way it does. There is a reason old things no longer satisfy you. There is a reason you feel restless without knowing why. And by the end of this reminder, you will understand exactly why Allah allowed this feeling to enter your heart, what He is removing from your life right now, and why the peace that is coming next will be deeper than anything you have ever felt. But this understanding does not come quickly. It unfolds slowly, gently, just like Allah works. So don't rush, don't skip. Don't treat this like background noise. Let this message sit with you, because what you are about to hear is not meant to entertain you, it is meant to reach you. And if your heart stays till the end, you will walk away lighter, clearer, and finally at peace with what Allah is doing in your life. Stay with me. When Allah is about to change your life, He touches your heart first. Sometimes Allah begins His work in your life so quietly that you don't even realize change has started. Nothing looks different around you. People are the same. Your room is the same. Your routine is the same. But inside your chest, something feels heavier than before. You breathe, yet it feels like the air is not enough. You sit, yet your heart does not feel settled. And you wonder, why do I feel like this when nothing bad has happened? This is where many people become afraid. They think something is wrong with them. They think they are becoming weak. They think they are losing motivation. But very often, this is the moment Allah is preparing you for change. Allah never rushes His servants into a new chapter. He prepares them first. He knows that if He changes your life suddenly, your heart may panic. So before He changes what is around you, He gently changes what is inside you. That heaviness you feel is not there to hurt you. It is there to soften you. Allah begins by touching your heart. You may start noticing that things you once loved do not feel the same anymore. Music sounds empty. Endless talking feels tiring. Social media feels heavy. Even laughter feels short. You are not broken. Your heart is waking up. Allah is slowly pulling your heart away from things that cannot go with you into the next part of your life. Sometimes Allah wants to give you something new, but your hands are still full of old attachments. So He gently helps you loosen your grip, and that loosening feels like heaviness. You may feel emotional without knowing why. You may feel distant without wanting to be. You may feel tired even after resting. This is not sadness. This is adjustment. Allah is adjusting your heart so it can hold what is coming. You see, every blessing has a weight. A stronger purpose needs a stronger heart. A bigger responsibility needs deeper patience. A higher level needs more awareness. Allah knows this. So before He opens the door, He strengthens the heart that will walk through it. That is why He makes you feel first. He makes you reflect. He makes you question. He makes you slow down. He removes the noise so you can hear Him again. Many people only notice Allah when something breaks in their life. But Allah is so kind that sometimes He sends a feeling instead of a disaster. That feeling is heaviness. It comes to protect you. Because if Allah did not prepare your heart, The change ahead could overwhelm you. You might chase the wrong things. You might cling to people who cannot go with you. You might ruin what Allah is trying to build. So Allah softens you. Soft hearts listen better. Soft hearts submit easier. Soft hearts trust deeper. This is why Allah does not surprise the believer. He prepares them quietly. You may feel less interested in dunya things. You may crave silence more than noise. You may prefer being alone rather than surrounded. This is not isolation. This is alignment. Allah is aligning your heart with the direction He wants you to go. When your heart resists less, your destiny flows easier. That heaviness is a sign that Allah is gently disconnecting you from a version of life that cannot carry who you are becoming. Not because that life was evil, not because those people were bad, but because that chapter has finished its work. Some chapters teach you lessons. Some chapters protect you for a time. Some chapters prepare you, and when their purpose ends, Allah closes them quietly. Closure does not always come with goodbyes. Sometimes it comes with heaviness. You slowly stop enjoying what you once enjoyed. You slowly stop fitting where you once belonged. You slowly stop feeling at home in places you used to love. This is Allah saying, there is more for you. And more always requires movement. But before movement, there is inner readiness. That is what you are feeling now. You are not losing something. You are being prepared for something. Allah is removing attachments before they become chains. He is freeing your heart before you even realize it was tied. That is mercy. Many people beg Allah to change their life, but they are not ready for the change. So Allah prepares you first without you even asking. He does not announce it. He does not warn you loudly. He simply places a feeling in your chest, a feeling that says, this is no longer enough. I'm spare. And that feeling pushes you toward growth. Sometimes you may fight it. You may try to distract yourself. You may try to return to old habits. But the heaviness remains. Because when Allah decides to prepare you, nothing can stop that process. You are not being punished. You are being shaped. Allah is kind. And His kindness does not always feel like happiness at first. Sometimes His kindness feels like silence. Sometimes it feels like pressure. Sometimes it feels like emotional weight. But later, it turns into peace. Deep peace. The kind of peace that only comes after your heart has been prepared. And one day, when the change finally arrives, you will realize something beautiful. You will realize that if Allah had not softened your heart first, you would not have survived the blessing. When Allah prepares your heart, He also changes the way you see the world. Things you once chased start to feel small. Things you once feared lose their power over you. You may not notice it immediately, but your reactions begin to change. You become quieter, not because you have nothing to say, but because you no longer feel the need to explain yourself to everyone. You begin to value peace more than proving a point. And sometimes this makes you feel strange, like you no longer recognize yourself. But this is not confusion, this is growth. Allah is teaching your heart how to let go. Letting go is not easy. Even when something hurts us, the heart becomes familiar with it. So when Allah begins to loosen that attachment, the heart feels pressure. It is like removing a bandage that has been stuck for too long. It does not mean the wound is getting worse. It means healing has started. That heaviness in your chest is often the heart learning how to live without what it depended on. Maybe you depended on people more than you should have. Maybe you depended on plans. Instead of trusting Allah, maybe you depended on distractions to avoid facing your true self. Allah sees this. So He slowly removes the support that was never meant to carry you forever. Not to make you fall, but to teach you how to stand with Him. You may feel more emotional during this time. Small things may affect you deeply. Tears may come without warning. Do not be ashamed of this. A soft heart is not a weak heart. It is a heart that Allah is working on. Hard hearts do not feel this process. Busy hearts ignore it. But guided hearts feel it clearly. That is why Allah chooses the heart first. Because once the heart is aligned, everything else follows. You may start asking deep questions. Why am I here? What am I really chasing? What actually matters? These questions are not signs of doubt. They are signs of awareness. Allah is lifting the curtain from your eyes slowly. And when the curtain lifts, some things no longer look attractive. That can feel lonely. You may feel misunderstood. You may feel like people around you are speaking a language your heart no longer understands. This does not mean you are better than them. It simply means you are on a different timing. Allah does not move everyone at once. He moves hearts individually. And when your time comes, He prepares you privately. That is why others may not understand what you are going through. They see no visible change, so they think nothing is happening. But Allah sees the inner work. He sees the late night thoughts. He sees the silent tears. He sees the moments you choose patience instead of reaction. Every one of those moments is shaping your future. The heaviness you feel is like a reminder saying, pay attention, something important is happening. And often Allah brings you closer to Him during this phase. You may feel a stronger pull toward dua. You may open the Quran more often. You may sit quietly and think about Allah without forcing yourself. This is not by chance. When Allah prepares the heart, He reconnects it to Him. Because the next chapter of your life will need Allah more than anything else. You will not survive it with strength alone. You will survive it with trust. That is why Allah teaches your heart how to rely on Him now. Slowly, gently, quietly. You may not feel happy during this time, but you will feel real. And real feelings are better than fake comfort. Allah removes fake comfort to give you real peace later. And when the change finally arrives, when the door opens, when the answer comes, you will understand why your heart had to go through this first. You will realize that the heaviness was not there to break you. It was there to prepare you to carry something greater, something cleaner, something more meaningful. And you will say, Ya Allah, now I understand. But even if you do not understand yet, trust this. Allah does not prepare hearts for nothing. If He is working on you, it is because He has something planned for you. And what Allah plans is always better than what we could imagine for ourselves. A heavy heart is often a sign of a clean heart. Sometimes people think that a heavy heart means a bad heart, but very often it is the opposite. A heart that feels nothing does not feel heavy. A heart that is full of ego does not feel pressure. A heart that is distant from Allah does not feel sensitive. But a heart that Allah has cleaned, a heart that Allah has softened, a heart that Allah has made aware, that heart feels deeply, that heart notices. You feel heavy not because you are weak, but because your heart is awake. Before, many things passed by without touching you. Now, even small things reach your heart. You hear words more deeply. You feel pain more clearly. You notice injustice faster. You feel emptiness where you once felt comfort. This is not damage. This is clarity. Allah cleans the heart slowly. And when dirt is removed, the heart becomes sensitive. Just like clean skin feels pain more easily than skin that is covered and numb, a clean heart feels life more deeply than a heart that is covered with distractions. That is why you feel heavy. Your heart can no longer pretend. You cannot enjoy things that harm your soul. You cannot laugh at things that leave you empty. You cannot stay silent where your conscience speaks. This is not sadness. This is guidance. Allah removes hardness from the heart before He increases its rank. A hard heart is easy to control. A soft heart is easy to guide. So Allah softens you. And softness often feels like heaviness before it feels like peace. You may feel emotional for no clear reason. Tears may come without a story. Silence may feel loud. This does not mean you are broken. It means Allah has removed layers that once protected you from feeling. Those layers helped you survive once, but now they are no longer needed. Allah does not keep armor on hearts that are ready to grow. So He removes it gently, and without that armor, everything feels closer. You feel others' pain. You feel your own mistakes. You feel the distance between who you are and who you want to be. This awareness is heavy, but it is also beautiful because awareness is the door to change. Many people live their entire lives without ever feeling this. They stay busy, they stay distracted, they stay numb, but Allah chose you to feel. Feeling is not a curse. Feeling is a sign of life. Your heart is alive. And a living heart reacts when Allah touches it. Sometimes the heaviness comes because your heart refuses to lie anymore. You can no longer lie to yourself and say you are fine when you are not. You can no longer pretend that certain things are okay.